Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, my hair is all blown out. I'm very tempted to straighten it, but I'm not gonna do it. What I'm gonna do is show you guys a style that I've been loving for the last few months. Working from home, I realized like, hey, there's really no need for me to really do a lot to my hair because it's not like I'm going out all the time anymore. So I wanted to try to do some things that were a little bit more low manipulative styles, and I wanted to try like maybe having my hair stretched more to see if maybe that would help me with my fairy knots, my single strand knots, and some of the breakage I've been having. And I think it's working out pretty good. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my ends don't look like super thin like they have in the past when I've always had to cut them. So far so good. So I'll definitely keep this in my rotation. And so basically it is just flat twists. I have done flat twists on my channel before, but I did them on wet hair, and so now I'm just going to do it on stretched hair. And a really good thing about doing it on stretched hair or blow dried hair is you get more length in the final result, and you don't have to do as much manipulation to get there. So normally if I were to do it on wet hair, I would pick a lot to get a lot of length, or I'd kind of hold it taut and take the blow dryer on it to get some length. And so this way I get length and I get to keep all the definition from when I originally unraveled. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my sections. I've already decided to do a side part. All right, so I have my 4 sections. I have one over here on the top side, one over here on the top side, one up here in the top middle, and then one in the back. All right, so you can make them as big or as small a sections as you want. I recommend taking your twists and putting them all in the same direction. The reason that I do a top and a bottom section kind of in the back there, I've noticed that when I just do that is one big section, and so I take my twist kind of from the crown of my head and then all the way to the nape of my neck. That portion of my hair, when I unravel it, doesn't have as much definition as the sides of my hair. So splitting it like that is going to give me a more uniform look. So let's see, I think I'm going to try to do 3 in this back section maybe. I'm gonna do that. Try to get them kind of evenish. So I'm gonna just take my kind of fine tooth comb here, go through, detangle, make sure it's nice and smooth, no knots. Going to take my mousse. Let's try 2 pumps. And just working that all the way through. Now do remember that mousse is water-based, so you will get a little bit of reversion, a little bit of shrinkage, but it's going to be nothing like doing your hair on wet hair, setting your flat twist on wet hair. And I'll show you when I get closer to the front doing the actual flat twist in case you need it. And just taking my time. And then I always like to come and go through with my comb again just to make sure that it's still nice and detangled. And then when I get towards the ends, I am going to add a little bit more mousse. To make sure that those ends are nice and smooth and that they hold together really well so that we have a nice coil at the end. Filling around my finger. And there is my first one. So normally when I get to this big section in the front, I normally do twist kind of from the little crown part area and kind of do them at angles and let it kind of just flow into my face. But I decided to try something different today, so we're gonna do this together and see how this works out. So I basically ended up splitting this section so that this part is almost like the two I did here. So I've got them coming down here, and then I was thinking about how everything was gonna like fall when I unravel these twists. So that's why I did this little one up here off to the side like that, just to try to like make it not be so harsh in the middle and not be so hard to hide the parts when I take it down. Now for this front section here, I think I'm just gonna take and bring them straight to the front of my face. So let's see about what size I can make these. I think I'm gonna do 3. That'll work. So I tried showing you guys up close on a couple of other ones, but I'm going to try here and then try to talk you through it. So basically at the top of my section, take a little section and break it off into 2. And then I twist it around each other. And then every time I continue to twist, I try to pick up a little bit more hair using my 2 index fingers as pretty much my guides through this, and keeping it as tight as I can and as neat as I can. Trying to make sure I get these edges pulled in there so it's not all frizzy. And then, of course, come through, twisting all the way down, trying to twist tight and smoothing each side as I go. We want as little frizz and as much definition. So smoothing as you twist really helps. And then also I think that doing a style like this, twists or even braids on blown out hair, or if you don't like using heat, you could do like 2 big flat twists or 2 big cornrows, and then take it out and comb or brush it out, and it'll give you kind of that same blown out look. Stretch, the whole point is to just stretch the hair and stretch out your natural curl pattern. So to dry this, you can either sit under a hooded dryer. And of course, it's not going to take as long because your hair is not like soaking wet. Or you can air dry overnight and you'll have absolutely no problem with it being dry. So I'm gonna just probably plop my bonnet on and just let this air dry. So this is what they look like. Let me turn around, show you in the back. Hopefully my hood's not in the way, you guys can see. All right, so I'm starting to take down my twists. They're looking and feeling really, really good. Definition is looking good. Oh, look at that, yes. So I already put some oil on my hands and I am just unraveling them, and I am rushing a little bit. Make sure you have time. My time management today hasn't been the absolute best, so I am trying to hurry up and unravel these so that I can get out the door. So this is pretty much what we are looking like and working with. I'm having a little bit of trouble with this back part, getting it to kind of lay how I want it while I'm trying to hide that part back there. And I think it's because I didn't really like separate like I normally do, because like I said, I am kind of rushing right now. So I pretty much was just trying to unravel and only really kind of separated the super big pieces. But so this is what it looks like. So super defined and shiny, very soft, moisturized. It's not flaky. And it's got lots of movement. Like I said, I'm not really sure what is going on with this back part. I can't get it to do right, but I can fix that a little bit when I band my hair up into my sections at night. So whatever it looked like in the back, it's gonna have to look how it's looking for right now, because I am running a little late. So this is cute. So as you can see, like I really didn't have to do a lot of fluffing with my pick. Really, when I do my hair on blow dried hair, when it comes to like wanting to get volume, it does it on its own. The pick is more so me just trying to help hide some of the parts and maybe help with the shaping a little bit, but I feel like I don't have to manipulate as much to get the shape and things like that that I like when I do it on stretched hair. And I think the reason is because when, and I think pretty much everybody's hair like this, it could just me, I don't know. My hair shrinks in different percentages all over my head. So just like I might have different curl textures or patterns throughout my head. Like I know in the back it's a tighter curl, and in the front it's a little more loose, and it's behaves a little bit more, but then it's also a little frizzier up here. So usually the back shrinks up. Like if I would have done this on wet hair, instead of it being like right kind of like at the base of my neck here, it would have been like up like this. Like it would have been shrunk like that until I manipulated it with the peg or with a little bit of heat and the tension method or something like that. But this, like all of this would have been all shrunken up. So I like, it's less manipulation in the end when it comes to the takedown. So I really like that part of doing twists and braids and things like that on blow dried hair. So yeah, let me go before I am late. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.